Hey chickies, here at Oh My Gosh Polish, mistakes will be made as per usual. It'll be loads of fun, so you should totally subscribe now. Now let's get into today's nail art. We're doing Rose Quartz. Now this is completely inspired by Jema from Nails by Jema. I'll put her details in the description box down below so you can go and check her out. She's really talented. Now this Rose Quartz style of nail art is very popular at the moment, and I thought, well, I saw Jema's, she posted it last week on Instagram, and she's got a YouTube video as well, and they just look so pretty. I couldn't resist. Perfect for wedding season. If you are in your country, you've got wedding season going on now, absolutely perfect for wedding season. It is just probably one of the most stylish styles of nail art I have ever seen. It's very subtle but so pretty. Anyway, let's get into it. I really hope you like it. Now the beauty of this rose quartz nail art is you only need one polish, and that is a sheer pink polish. I'm using Sally Hansen's Color Therapy polish in rose quartz, which, you know, obviously had to use that one because it's called rose quartz. So that's the one I'm using, but you can use any sheer pink polish. So you want to start off with one coat of your sheer pink polish, and you'll think to yourself, well, that's not giving it much of coverage, and it's not, because what we're going to be doing is layering. So you do your first coat. Now, because this is a very sheer pink, I'm going to do 2 coats, and then we're going to start the actual nail art. The only other thing you're going to need to create your rose quartz design is some white acrylic craft paint. Now, basically, you're going to have to water it down a little bit. So as Jema said in her video, you're going to water it down enough so that the paint is the consistency of full cream milk. Also going to depend on the type of acrylic craft paint that you're using as to how much water you're going to need to add to it in order to get to that full cream milk consistency. My acrylic craft paint is pretty opaque when it's not neat, when it's not mixed with any water, so I needed quite a bit of water to be added to it to get to the full cream milk consistency. Okay, so the next step is to add the white acrylic craft paint to your nail. Now those first 2 coats are already completely dry, and the brush I'm using is from What's Up Nails. It's their number 4 flat, or it's an angled flat brush, but you can use any kind of sort of flat-ish brush. And basically what you're going to do is paint a semi-thick line of the white acrylic craft paint. Now you'll notice that it starts to dry around the edges rather quickly, and as soon as you start seeing that drying, what you need to do is take out most of the paint from the middle of that sort of stripe that you've created. You don't have to be exact, and you don't have to be flouncy about this. Once you've done that, you can then come in with a finer detail brush and add some stripes or lines going back and forth across your nail. Now I know it doesn't look like much right now, it looks kind of crappy and messy and and you would look at that and go, well, that's not working very well, but persevere, because you will see in the end that it does actually look really cool. And I think the more crisscrossing sort of fine lines you have, the better it's going to be. Now also, just because I'm a bit of a rebel, I decided to add something that Jema didn't add to hers, but I really wanted to add a little bit more dimension to this by adding some rose gold, or it's a very light rose gold. I know that on camera it looks just straight gold, but this julep polish does actually look in real life like it's gold. Now it is called, sorry, I have to get the bottle. It's called Zelda Bombshell. And I'm going to add some very thin lines of this to the nail. Now, it won't be super noticeable in the end result, and probably I could have been a little more heavy-handed with it, but I wasn't sure exactly if it would work, so I was worried about being too heavy with it. So I think if I was to do this again, I would probably put a little bit more gold and make it a little bit more pronounced, but it doesn't matter, it's okay. It's still a very subtle gold accent, I guess. So, or rose gold, even though it looks gold on camera. It's really not. It's actually rose gold. It's a very light rose gold though. Once you finish with all of that, it's then time to add another coat of your sheer pink polish. By the time you've done all of that, it should be, I mean, the white acrylic craft paint takes absolutely no time to dry at all. And because the gold polish that I was putting on was put on in very thin layers, then that also wouldn't take very long to dry. Now once that third layer, and because remember I put in 2 coats of the sheer pink polish first, so this would be my third layer, that is completely dry again, so we can then come back in with the watered down acrylic craft paint and create some more crisscrossing lines. Now just be mindful that if you feel like you've been a little too heavy-handed with the white paint, you can always come back in with a little bit of water on your brush just to blur those lines a little bit and take out a little bit more of the color. Now once you've finished this set or this layer of white paint, you can then come back in with another layer of your sheer pink. Now this whole process basically doesn't take very long, but obviously you have to wait in between times for layers to dry, and the more layers you add, the more depth your color will get, and the more depth the look of the rose quartz will get to, so you'll end up with something that actually looks really authentic. I love it. It's such an ingenious idea. I have no idea who came up with it first, but whoever it was, they are an absolute genius. Now, as you can see, I'm coming back in with some more of the rose gold polish from Julep, but you would have noticed already that in the previous layer I skipped the adding of this gold, so you don't have to put both of them, or the white and the gold, in both layers, or you don't have to use the gold at all. I just thought it would be nice to add something like a little bit more of another element to this nail art, so that's the only reason I did that. Now, of course, as I mentioned before with the layering, it's up to you how many layers that you do. I was trying to go for, well, let's face it, the tips of my nails aren't super white. They are a little bit yellow. Not super yellow, they're not terribly bad. They're not Cheeto yellow or anything like that, but they are, you know, a little bit yellow. So what I was basically trying to do is hide it. So I wasn't going to stop layering until I could almost not see the tips of my nails, like the free edge, because I've got quite a large free edge because I have short nail beds, because I'm sad about that and I was trying to hide it. And by keeping going and layering it quite a number of times was going to help me achieve that, I thought. I don't know what you think, but that's what I thought. This is my second final layer, and truth be told, I wish I had have done some gold inlay after this coat and then done the very last coat over the top of the gold, of like another thing of gold inlay, simply because I felt like at the end, and with the camera equipment that I've got, which is not fabulous, I'm just using my iPhone 7, I didn't think that the end result photos really showed that gold inlay as well as I could have. It's a little more muted, so I wish I had have put the gold inlay in a little closer to the surface, or underneath that last layer. So yeah, that was a disappointment for myself, but we live and learn, and I won't do that again. Now, I did a final top coat of Seche Vite, and then I decided that I wanted it to be matte, so I came back in with a matte top coat. I think I used Bow Polish's matte top coat. Anyway, it's called matte top coat. And details will be in the description box down below, as per usual. But I really think it looked much better in matte. And that's it for this one. I really hope you liked it. And as you can see from these photos, it's very hard to see the gold inlay that I was attempting to put in. I mean, you can see it, but it's not as seeable as it was to the naked eye. So I regret that only, but these really close-up shots, you can probably, oh yeah, you can see it a little bit better. Anyway, I really hope you give this a go. It's a super simple and easy thing to do, and it's so effective, and it looks so beautiful. And as I said before, for weddings, it would be amazing. Anyway, thank you so much again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, chickies. Oh, and thank you for subscribing, and thanks for that delicious thumbs up. Oh, and don't forget to go and watch my previous video, and don't forget to subscribe and follow me on all the other social medias. I'm Oh My Gosh Polish on simply everything. Anyway, I'm going now. Thank you. Bye.